Like the last Crescendo, Beterbiev versus Bivol 2. So, gonna start with the top, go to the bottom. So, Beterbiev, he's probably gonna win the rematch because statistically, whoever wins the first match in boxing wins the next one about 2/3 of the time. But I believe that's a little bit lower when it's more of an elite level because somebody like Dmitry Bivol is going to be able to adjust better to their mistakes or the strengths of their opponent than a less elite fighter. Okay, so Bivol has a good shot of winning the rematch. He needs to um, hit his jab more, possibly feint more. Um, he needs to have good stamina to pivot out. Mm, but I don't think he's going to win unless Beterbiev kind of slacks a little bit. And I think normally in a rematch, I think whoever wins the later rounds typically wins the rematch because Baval would probably be able to figure out by the 12th round in the first fight how to adjust, especially with his corner telling him. So, yeah. Anyways, um, and Beterbiev clearly won the first match. Now, this one, Daniel, I'm saying it right, Dubois versus Joseph Parker. By the way, I should show the betting odds. So I don't believe Daniel Dubois is. I believe he's overrated. I should say because if you look at their fight resumes, they're about the same. And yes, Dubois has impressed a lot of people recently by beating people they never thought he would like beat or demolish, like AJ, Anthony Joshua. But he did, and but that was mostly just Anthony Joshua just fighting really stupidly that night with his hands down and stuff. So I don't really count that one. And Joseph Parker in an interview was, talking about how he's not going to underestimate Dubois because he did the last three fights and he won the last three fights. And I also believe if somebody wins or loses a bunch of fights, well, I should say wins, then they might become complacent. And yes, Parker has won a lot recently, but he's going up against someone that is considered to be the overdog, so he's probably gonna, prepare more. And I think he has a good shot of winning. Like that might be a decent bet, even though it's about a 50-50 fight, I'd say. This one, the resumes look about the same to me. Um, but I guess since Hamza's undefeated, he's the favorite. But I would have to look at more at who they fought. This one, Zhang and Ajit Kabayel. One of Zhang's recent wins was versus Deontay Wilder, and he only got the win. Well, I shouldn't say only, but he got it because Deontay Wilder made a mistake and protested something that he did, and then he got hit for that. Because you're supposed to protect yourself at all times. This one, I can't really say who to bet on. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one, but I'm just maybe a little surprised that Zhang is the overdog, even though it's pretty close to even. Virgil Ortiz is the underdog, or sorry, overdog, because he's 22-0, and Madrimov has a loss, sure, but Madrimov almost beat Terrence Crawford, and Virgil Ortiz Jr.'s last fight, he got knocked down twice, and some say he lost that fight. So I also think that Madrimov beat him in sparring a few times. So I think Madrimov's gonna win personally. So I if I were betting, I would probably bet on Madrimov. This one, I know Joshua Buatsi or something like that. He's the moderate favorite, but I don't think I don't think there's that high of a chance of him winning though, because Callum Smith only lost to Canelo Alvarez and Artur Beterbiev, and those are two very elite fighters. So Callum Smith has more experience. He, yeah, he just has more experience. So I feel like Callum Smith should actually win this fight. I'd bet on him, and he's the underdog. So even though from his fight resume, he really should be probably the barely the overdog. And then of course Shakur's probably gonna win this fight. He barely gets hit, and he gets a lot of hits off. And then this guy, I don't think he's fought many good people. Um, I heard something like he's an electrician. He was a last minute replacement for Floyd Schofield, who got sick. And then I don't really know anything about these people. I normally would only bet on people that you research a lot, but sometimes you can just kind of tell someone's 6-0 and someone's 6-20. Like, I mean, you could look into it more, but Ziad's probably gonna win and Muhammad's probably gonna win. There's someone that's 8-42. Like he has way more experience, but like he loses almost every fight. Like I really don't get some of these fight matchups. Like it makes no sense. Like they can't find any other boxers that are better than that have more fight. I don't know. I know it's prelims, but it just seems kind of weird. So that's my take on these fights. And then you have Junto Nakatani and versus somebody, and Lewis Neary versus someone, and I think both of those two are going to win. And then of course Tank Davis is going to beat Lamont Roach on another fight card. So yeah, good luck with all the bets. I just normally think I would rather bet on boxing than UFC, because anything could happen in the UFC, like a question mark kick or BS doctor stoppage, even though I suppose that could happen in boxing too, but it seems like it happens way more often in the UFC. Um, the doctors just like to stop it when there's a cut more in the UFC than boxing. So, thanks for watching.